differently. They want to add sugar or whatever, is up to them. But it's very simple. You add, I say 1 cup of flour, I think, and you do half cup of water. You add a little bit of 1 spoon of olive oil, a little bit of salt. You make your dough, right? And you kind of flatten it. You make it flat. You make it flat, very, very thin. Don't make it like make it very thin. And you got, well, it's up to you. You're gonna put it in the oven. You can do it. But usually this day, when I make unleavened bread, I'll saute on a I cannot cook it on a stove, right? I'll take my pan, add a little bit of butter or maybe a little bit of tiny olive oil just to make sure that the pan is a little bit oily so that it won't stick. And I'll cook it one side first. When it get browny, well cooked, then I flip it the other side and I let it cook also. 5 minutes, no more than that. You just stay there and quick and you make your unleavened bread. It's very simple. It's very simple. That's what you need. For your unleavened bread, you only need water, salt, olive oil, and flour. That's all. That's all. You can do it. All right? So keep that in mind. Let's go. So you start eating the unleavened bread from today, right? The Passover must be eaten with what? Bitter herbs, okay? Or bitter leaves and what? Unleavened bread. We got to keep that in mind, right? We already talked about it. I have a video on it, right? I just want to bring things to encourage brothers and sisters out there, those that will be traveling, right? Let's go right here quick. I want to go into this book quick, right? As you know, if you know, I want to go into this book. It's called Dictionary of the Bible. Let's go right here quick. All right, let's go to these socks. Let's take a look at the word Passover, right? Salakia, right? Salakia and Salak, okay, right? I didn't even plan on this, right? So the Most High just moving the spirit. All right, you already know Passover, right? Let's get it quick. We're just gonna read the main thing, right? I want to read the main thing, right? We are gonna, spend too much time on it, right? I want the main thing, right? So there's a lot of detailing, right? Keep in mind, there's a lot of detailing, all right? So bear with me, Salakia, right? Let me see if I can get actually, let me do a highlighting right here, right? Okay. So, and I am on a page 643, all right? Actually, let me do this quick. I'm not going to read the whole thing, all right? You already know. We're just going to go straight to the point, okay? All right. We're going to go straight to the point, all right? So you see, I'm on the page where you can see right there, right? Down right here, right? And I'm already, right? The book is called Dictionary of the Bible, John L. Mackenzie, right? So let's read it. What is the definition of Passover? Based on this scholar, this guy, the study, right? Because some of you still think, we don't celebrate Easter. It's not Easter. Easter is a pagan thing, right? We don't celebrate Easter. It's Passover, Pesach. Let's read it. Passover, Hebrew, Pesach. In Hebrew, this is Pesach, P-E-S-A-H. It's Passover. It's a meaning and etymology uncertain. An Israelite, okay? Did he say an Israeli? No, an Israelite. So is a custom of the so-called blacks, so-called Latino and Native Indian, right? It's not for the heathen. It's not for everybody. No. Okay, let's read it again. An Israelite, okay? It didn't say everybody Passover. No, an Israelite. So like an Israelite, okay? Keep in mind. Okay. Okay. I just want to read it quick. We won't read everything. I'm just going to read quick, and then we're going to move on something else. Okay. 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 Let's read it again. I just highlight it so brother and sister can see clearly, right? Brother and sister can see clearly, right? All right. Let's read it. It says, Passover, Hebrew, Pesach, meaning and etymology uncertain. An Israelite festival. Israelite festival. It didn't say Christian festival. It didn't say, no. So Christian, they have their own. For the Christian, they celebrate Easter, which is a pagan thing. They can have it, okay? But as Israelite, so-called blacks, Latino, and Native, we're the Israelite, all right? You got to keep in mind. You don't believe it? We're the Israelite. Repent and keep God's commandment before it's too late, man. We're the Israelite. You don't believe it? You don't believe it? Oh, man. Let's read it. You say, an Israelite festival. In usage, the word seems to designate both the feast and the animal eaten at the festival banquet. So it's talking about the animal and the feast. Which animal? The lamb or the goat. One use all lamb or goat, right? You can check it by looking at the teeth. When you go buy, you go draw your lamb. If you don't raise it, you go buy, You check it by the teeth. You open their mouth, you can see like no more than, they are not that big. Like they got like 4 or 6 when they're 1 year old, right? And the horn won't be too big. It's kind of medium, right? He say the Passover ritual is set forth, right? Where it is combined with the festival of Mazot, right? So you go to Exodus 12, 1 through 28, you're gonna read it. The rite of the rite consists of a banquet in which a yearly lamb is eaten. A yearly lamb, a goat, a yearly lamb is eaten. This is from scholar. The lamb is to be roasted entire. You gotta roast the lamb entire. You can't cut it with knife into pieces. No, you roast it like that. You can't cut piece from it and put it on your fire. No, you gotta roast the whole lamb like that. So with the leg, the head gotta be on, the leg, everything. Okay, you can't break the bones. Okay, keep in mind, you can't break the bone. Because Jakes, you love to break bones, right? You love to break. You can't break this one now. Okay, you wanna break bone? You wait. You can do that for when you slaughter whatever you wanna eat for your feast of unleavened bread from tomorrow. You can't do that. But the Passover, you can't break no bone, buddy. Now, if you go buy a rib in a store to celebrate the Passover, I don't know, brother. I don't know. But you're going to have to pray. You're going to have to work on that. Maybe you can join a brother that live in your neighborhood or in your area, or maybe you're going to have to travel. You're going to have to make sacrifice. You're doing for yourself, for your own salvation. You got to understand. I told you I got brother traveling from Florida all the way down to come and keep the Passover with me in Virginia. I got brother. Okay, so keep in mind. Last year I got brother and his wife. They traveled from Texas to come and keep the Passover with me in Virginia. Keep in mind, all right? And I live in Northern Virginia. Like I say, it's not too late. If you know somebody who is honest, righteous, and keep the commandment, want to keep the Passover, listen, man, it's not yet. As long as they live around, they live in Sterling, Winchester, or maybe they live in West Virginia, Maryland, they can join me to keep the Passover if they can, if they want. It's up to them. Okay, it's not by force, all right? All right? So let's keep that in mind. You say, the rite consists of a banquet in which a yearly lamb is eaten. The lamb is to be roasted entire, and what is not eaten at the banquet must be burned before the next day. And that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years. Whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever is left, a lot of meat or no, early in the morning, I burn the whole thing from them, and that's it. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what the Moses commanded that we do, and that's what we do. All right? Let us continue. He say the diner eat the diner eat standing and dressed for a journey. Imagine you gotta be standing with your staff. You gotta be standing and eating it, right? While it's cooking, you're standing, you eating it. That's how we gotta eat it. That's how we eat it. And you got a wine right there, okay? Okay. He say blood is smeared on the doorpost to ward off the destroying angel. So keep in mind, when the Moses sent the destroying angel over Babylon the Great, or in Philippines, when the Messiah sent the destroying angel into Benin, Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, and you didn't keep the Passover, you're going to get destroyed. It is simple. It's nothing new under the sun. It happened in the time past in Egypt. The Messiah will do the same thing. When the Messiah sent the destroy, those angels that destroy and put people to death, or when earthquake, the Messiah sent an earthquake, anything, guess what? You didn't keep the Passover, you didn't even keep, let's even suppose you don't have, you didn't even want to keep, or you don't even care about keeping the Passover, guess what? You're going to get destroyed. The destroyer will destroy you. Now, if you keep it, guess what? Over your house, or you keep in your congregation with this camp, or maybe with the other brother camp, whatever camps you join, you keep the Passover, the Messiah have mercy and spare you. The Messiah will spare you. Even though you didn't keep in your house, it's already good. You joined brother in and you kept the Passover. Amazing. Because originally the Passover were to be kept in everyone's houses. Now, we live in an apartment, we live in rental, you can't do much. You can't do much. And he's so calling the police on you, they're calling this, the CDDs, oh, you can't have this, you can't have chicken, we know that. Right? But if we use wisdom, right? I've been using wisdom, right? Usually I'll leave the goat or the lamb outside. But because I live around Edomite, bunch of wicked Edomite, right? They try, they try to do anything. They do anything just to get me out from the neighborhood. Guess what? I have to use wisdom. So I have to keep the lamb or the goat. I have to keep it in a. I have a shelter originally for my bird. So the bird I don't have them anymore. So I have to put my lamb or my goat is over there with the food, whatever he need to eat. Everything's right there. Chilling right there, just chilling, right? That's like a Mashiach right there, chilling. You see what I'm saying? Because we live in captivity. We got to use wisdom. Wisdom you got to use. Right now, me personally, to the Spirit of the Most High, I'll be slaughtering the lamb myself. I'll slaughter the lamb, and we're gonna do what we gotta do as the Most High commanded. Right? I'm not going to the store just to buy, already slaughtered lamb, or somebody already killed it three days ago for it. I'm not buying that. Right? Now, I thank the Most High I'm able to do that. I wish brother can do that throughout the four corners of. I wish all the congregation, all the camps, they can do that. I wish, right? Because I know, like I said, in the next time in the future, if we're still in Babylon the Great, if nothing else we see here in Babylon the Great, right? Guess what? Like I said, brother, reach out to me if you need to buy lamb or you need to learn how to slaughter lamb. I can help you with those things. I know how to do those stuff, right? I'm not that perfect in any but basic stuff, right? Last year, I never undressed a lamb, but the brother and myself, we were able to undress the lamb, right? That was a lamb. This time I get a goat. A goat, you don't have to, you can undress it, but you don't have to do it like that. You just burn the whole hair off. They may be a little bit hairy, but not like the lamb. So you can burn it off slowly, right? You burn it slowly, then it'll be gone. And then you clean it, you wash it, and then you put it back on the fire now, and you roast it, add salt to it, and you got to add salt, that's it. Right? Don't season the Passover of the Most High with black pepper, all this. Don't season the Passover of the Most High. You only need salt. Because the sacrifice was ordered and commanded that it got to be salt in every sacrifice. The salt is the one. So keep in mind. And Ahshar is that salt. Keep in mind. And he's that lamb. Keep in mind. So just salt we need. A sacrifice might be salted. A sacrifice without salt ain't no sacrifice. So keep in mind, the salt must be there. If you got kosher salt, or praise be unto the Most High. If you ain't got no kosher salt, it's all good. It's up to you, right? Now you need to draw yourself a wine, whatever wine you want to drink. Make sure, like I say, if it's not kosher, it is what it is, right? You can get whatever you got. It's a bloody smear on the doorpost to ward of the destroying angel who slew the firstborn of the Egyptian, right? Exodus 12:43-49. Adds that no one is to eat the Passover, okay, who is not circumcised. Now I say in the beginning, before I read this, right? You got to be circumcised first and foremost. Men and women must be circumcised in their mind, right? You can't be committing adultery. You can't be lying. You can't be killing. You can keep the Passover. We got to be circumcised. I just read it, right? 1 Corinthians chapter 5. I went into it, right, earlier. Now, that's one thing. Now, for the man, you got to be circumcised on your foreskin as well. You can keep the Passover of the Most High without being circumcised. Women don't need to be circumcised. The only one that need to be circumcised on the foreskin physically is the man. It's very simple. The woman, both men and women must be circumcised in their heart, in their mind. And the men must be circumcised on the foreskin. Point blank period. Now, if you are not circumcised, it's not too late. You can get circumcised in the coming day. You can keep the Passover now. And in the second month, you can keep the Passover. You can catch up the Passover in the second month. Now, if you miss it, you can put yourself together, clean yourself. Whatever you need to do, you need to fast. You need to pray, ask the Most High forgiveness, reach out to brother you got issue with, dealing in it, letting go smoothly, and then that's it. Okay, that's it, right? Let's go right here. I want to bring a couple more. You see, let's see who is not circumcised. You see, the feast is mentioned in the festival list of Leviticus 23. That's what I was reading. Now watch this. All right, I want to bring a couple more books outside quick, right? I want to go right here. This book is called The Complete Works, right? The Complete Works of Josephus. Josephus was a so-called black man, a so-called African American today, or he will be considered a so-called Nigerian, a so-called Beninese, a so-called Togolese. He will be considered a so-called Jamaican, and the list goes on. He will be considered a so-called Mexican, and the list goes on and on and on. Keep in mind. So let's read what he has to say, right? We're going to read it about it quick, all right? So I'm right here in the book, like the complete work of Josephus, right? And I am on the page 79. Page 79, and the title of this section is called Antiquity of the Jews. And I am on the chapter 10, Antiquity of the Jews, page 79, Antiquity of the Jew, chapter 10. Right? I'm going to jump to paragraph 5, or wait, the 5th paragraph. Let's read. It says, in the month of Xanthicus, which month? It's talking about March, April. In the month of Xanthicus, which is by us called Nisan, Nisan, and is the beginning of our year. Is the beginning of our year on the 14th day of the lunar month. The 14th day of the lunar month, when the sun is in Aries. The sun is in Aries. So keep in mind, for in this month it was that we were delivered from bondage. We were the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native were delivered, right, from under the Egyptian. The law ordained, the Mosai ordained through who? Moses. The law ordained that we should every year slay that sacrifice. Every year. So somebody to tell you the Lord done away with, listen, hey, that's foolishness, man. That's madness, okay? That's weakness right there. Oh, so keep in mind, I'm going to different sources, right? I went to the Bible. The main source first is the Bible, the Mosai, and then I'm going to what? Scholar, right? Now, dictionary first, then I'm going to who? Our forefather, right? A so-called black man. He say, every year slay that sacrifice which I before told you we slew when we came out of Egypt, and which was called the Passover. It was not called Easter, Passover. So if you're celebrating Easter, you're celebrating unto who? Beelzebub. You're doing to Samael. You're doing to the prince of this world. You're doing to, unto who? Who? Chaitan Kabir. So keep that in mind. All right? We celebrate this Passover in companies, living, right? Leaving nothing of what we sacrifice till the day following. Right? Till the day following. So in the morning, if anything left, you must burn it. And that's what I do. Like I say, the Feast of Unleavened Bread succeed that of the Passover and fall on the 15th day of the month and continue 7 days, wherein they feed on unleavened bread on every